hotter if we shut those all the way.
And we are live. Now.
Right now?
Right now.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to SoundUp Sound Off, our weekly show and podcast that we do. My name's Chris. This is Sean back from his world travels, and he is excited to be here.
All over the world.
All over the world.
I didn't go to Epcot this time. So
well, then he didn't go to World Travel. I heard, what was your favorite part of the Monster Water Park at Universal Volcano Bay?
They had swimming pools.
What was your favorite part of the Monster Water Park at Universal Studios that they just opened as part of their park extravaganza, Volcano Bay? I thought I saw a water slide.
It's been open, hasn't it?
It just opened like last year, like at the end of last year. Anyway, the Volcano Bay, they have like a water slide that goes from like a top of a volcano to the ground, don't they? Like you're in a volcano.
I didn't go on that one, but I watched people go on that one, and you stand on a trap door, and then it just goes away. I immediately envisioned myself hitting my chin like on the edge because I wasn't ready, and thought maybe not.
Yeah.
Also, it looked like it gave you a wedgie. I mean, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
You know, in Myrtle Waves here in Myrtle Beach last summer, I went there, and even in the dark tunnel where you ride a raft, and but it's like pitch black, but I fell off the raft in the middle of the tunnel, so I'm like trying to hold on to it.
It's like one of my biggest fears of water parks.
And it happened, and I like worked hard to get back on the raft before I came out of the end of the tunnel. It really hurt too. Like it was painful.
Yeah, because that's not how you ride the ride correctly.
I did a loop in the tunnel in like the slide, and I fell. Like I went upside down and then I fell, and the raft was on top of me. The raft was riding me.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So there was one ride that we were going to ride, and as we were in line, it's like it takes you in this big tube, like 6 people, and then it's like in a big barrel area, and it takes you in like you're going in a circle, and someone's went like a little over the edge, and I said, nope, I'm not doing that one, because it looked like if me being myself paranoid. I love rides, but something about some of these slides just don't look safe.
They're dangerous. Well, Sean's vacation.
And now it's confirmed that you can fall out.
Sean's vacation is now at an end. Okay, so getting into the show, we discuss topics, we give our opinions, and you get to listen.
And Chris slams things on the table over and over again.
Yeah, because I got this interesting box that you left here.
Yeah, let us know your favorite Prime Day deal. I'm really curious.
Was this yours, or did you just want to order one? So you just got the new Amazon Echo Dot.
You have 60% off.
Add Alexa to any room.
$50 normally, got it for like $22.
I know a good way to get your voice on here too. But you got the
wait, hold on. Spotify, Pandora. Go get me a Sharpie.
They forgot our logo.
I need a green Sharpie.
SoundUp logo on there. But anyway, so you just unboxed this, and we just listened to it. A pretty robust sound.
Much more bassy. And the bigger ones, of course, are really good speakers. Have you ever heard a larger Echo, like the tall ones?
The tall cylinder ones?
Mm-hmm. They sound really awesome.
I feel like I have. They look a little bit more like a Bose system, like speaker.
Right. So this one, I'm impressed.
Not bad, though.
Because you could buy multiple of these and then put them around the house. So if you have one in here and one in your office, and you tell it to play music, they'll both play music. You can link them up and stuff. You have one outside, one, all over the house.
They did change their charging cord, though, which that means
that's kind of stupid.
I can't use my charger in my old Alexa with this one. So.
Or if it frays or messes up, you got to buy a new one instead of just grabbing a regular USB cable laying around.
Yeah, true.
All
right.
That's dumb. A lot of people found some good deals by looking around. There were some people that were able to get a Sony camera that's normally, it's an older one, but $500 for $90 because of a glitch.
I got a Fire Stick that I'm still waiting on to get here.
I got one
supposed to be here today
with a glitch, and I got it for $5.
Really?
Yes, I was kind of confused on why I kept
Why do
offering.
you want a glitch?
There was an error on Amazon's site that caused some of these other sales.
I thought you bought something and it had a glitch and you bought it cheap because
no,
it had a glitch.
With the Fire Stick's normally $40 or $50, and they had it on sale for $14.99.
Yeah.
But then they kept applying a $10 promo to my account,
oh,
and so I was like,
lucky
okay.
You. I did not get that. We'll trade.
It was the day before the sales actually started.
Oh,
so
not really Prime Day.
Well, no, it was a pre-Prime Day. They were calling it
Prime Eve.
There you go. Right. So that was fun. So I have some interesting topics here.
Turn off my phone before it goes off.
Have you heard of Elon Musk's Neuralink?
I have not.
So speaking of USB cables, they want to put one in your head.
Sounds brainy.
Yeah, they want to basically like let you be like the Matrix and plug in and drill laser drill something into your brain and install with like a USB-C cable, and it's creepy, and they are approving it.
With the Matrix, there were already holes there that the robots put in. So
the robots
like,
put in. Someone had to put it in. Yeah.
You use it, but well, I know, but you weren't given a choice. I don't think I'd make the choice to let someone burrow inside my brain to do that. That seems scary.
I don't know.
Oh, are you in favor of this? You want to get jacked into the internet?
Well, one of the things they're talking about doing is sending signals. So like if you're paralyzed, that they could send electro signals to like your legs and help you walk again.
Who's got control of that? Do I get to send the signals?
Well, the government, and then we'll all become robots and attack people.
That doesn't make sense.
So, anyway,
I'm not in favor of this idea. So
you didn't want. There was something else I had going on here, by the way. Where did it go?
See, Sean's lost when I don't have sports topics to kick off the show because we're in the middle of July and there's not much going on.
Actually, they had the World Cornhole Championship on ESPN the other day.
I watched
That's when you know.
I watched it.
You are sports. You are the
Dude,
epitome.
the guys that play on. So let's make this a topic. The guys that play cornhole on ESPN.
Let's make this a topic.
First off, if you've listened, they did a commentary on like who are cornhole athletes, and a lot of them are like ex-bowlers and ex like horseshoe players.
You sure they're not alcoholics that sit at a bar?
No, I'm serious. And like, but they need to fulfill that competitive gap, and so a lot of them that have kind of that ability for throwing things into holes really work out for cornhole. So it's really amazing to see these like top-notch athletes display their talents and skills. Now, I will say this. They're pretty amazing, actually. If you like really
watched,
some of the
they were really good.
I mean, four bagging all the time, one, but two, like placement and when you start seeing them start strategizing as if it's like a close game and you're not just trying to four bag it, if you're like a close game and you're trying to block and you're trying to get a certain point score, and like sometimes if they'll airmail it over top of a well placed two bagger blocking the hole, or if they got to sync theirs and their opponents to make sure that the point.
Cornhole's the game where you have a board with a hole in it and you throw a beanbag. By the way,
I do not know this. It created.
I'm
originally in Ohio.
Hold on, did you say you created it?
I didn't create it. I brought it to the beach, but I did not create cornhole. It was in Ohio originally. There are some debate people who will say that it started in other states, but I stay true to Ohio. But we did with cornholeatthebeach.com. You were even present for when we brought that to the beach.
Of talented things, did you hear about the poker player, by the way, that set up an AI artificial intelligence robot and plays poker for him, and it makes like $1,000 a day?
No, but that makes sense.
It's pretty awesome.
But speaking of another odd sporting event that has been on this month, the World Series of Poker, and I think it was its 75th annual or 50th. It was a big anniversary one. World Series of Poker, which I've been watching since college. I always thought that was a fun tournament to watch.
I've never been interested. I think I have a friend that plays in it too, and I've never really watched it.
Oh my goodness! All right, that was your sports for this.
July. There was one more thing on TV the other day because it's July and that's all
Wimbledon?
that's on. No,
British Open
planes. They have
That's
this
not a sport.
where they fly these little planes around an obstacle course way faster than anyone should be flying that low and fast.
Oh, Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was intense. And then they also had cliff diving Red Bull.
Yep. Cliff diving's fun though. I mean, that's just elite level divers with a little adrenaline rush.
So does Red Bull have like their own
channel?
Red Games or something?
They have their own app too. Like you can go into the Red Bull app and watch it on Apple TV and watch a lot of their different things. I told you those aren't working well.
Anyway, I thought that was cool. That's all I have for sports though. I thought it was exciting. So, is that a frisbee?
Yep. Another sport.
Who wants
frisbee
to sound
golf
up?
is awesome.
Who wants to sound up frisbee?
Sound up frisbee. I'm still waiting on my hat.
Yeah, so we're gonna give a hat away if they would come in. Found a really cool website to put stuff on. They're slow.
I don't have a tracking email from you to check it.
I have to find one too.
Oh my goodness.
So
next topic.
Yeah, so the headphone jack's officially going to be dead after next month because Samsung is killing it with the new Note phone now too.
Okay.
So
like the aux, like will they do the Apple route where their charger doubles as their headphone? Okay.
Which is good. It's better that way because actually there are USB-C headphones out there nowadays too. So USB-C is a standard that rumor has it the iPhone might even switch to. The new iPad did switch to it. USB-C should just be everywhere. That's my thought. Amazon Echo. And then yeah, that's all I have for. I mean, there's really no news right now. Prime Day we had a lot of sales. That was sports
a lot of
are
celebrity
boring.
news on Twitter going on, but like nothing really cool.
There's a conference right now.
Right now or tomorrow?
Right now. It started today, actually, I found out.
Well, why are you driving tonight?
Well, we'll see. Thought it started tomorrow, but apparently it started today. And also I found out it's a bunch of workshops for like 4 or 5 hours at a time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's as much of a conference.
We could do that online. If you're at this conference called VoiceCon, no, it's not VoiceCon. It's Voice Next.
No, I don't. Voice Summit.
Voice Summit in Newark, New Jersey. If you are there, we would be happy to jump on the computer and do a live 4 to 5 hour workshop webinar with you.
If you go print out our logo, run around screaming, "SoundUp Now's the best," we'll give you a free month. Do it.
I'll give you a free year.
Oh, there you go.
Up the ante.
Go print our logo out, go to the conference, hold the sign up, run around screaming, "SoundUp Now's the best."
5 minutes, and you must Instagram live it or
How are they
Facebook live it.
Well, then they have to have an accomplice, and
Yeah, you can self. Sound up.
I feel like I really need to edit this part out for YouTube.
For YouTube or the podcast?
That PewDiePie guy, never mind. Anyway, so let's jump into everyone's favorite segment that we like because it's our favorite. Do you have an industry for the Alexa?
We
Wow.
need to come.
I've been out of it.
We need to come up with a transitional thing that we can put up on the screen to be like Alexa skills number do 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 do, and then we like
Chris said where he's ready to go. It's in Newark, New Jersey.
There you go. Yeah, definitely. Newark, New Jersey.
He's going to
Somewhere
send
in
us a
Newark. We don't
screenshot
really
of his.
know. We were supposed to be there. We're sorry we're not. Everybody's missing us. They're crying. They may have shut down the conference. We don't really know yet.
Sign me up. There you go. Who Chris has. Okay, you know what?
No, you can't steal his industry.
I'm going to.
Oh my gosh. All right, go ahead.
Chris, what would you say exactly your industry is? So, Chris is an owner of a company called Blessed Beach Weddings, and so they put on weddings. So, I wouldn't know if it's an event planner technically. I'm trying to think of the genre. I know there's like a 30-second delay here. And he's probably typed it and he's like screaming at his computer. I've already said it. But if you were a wedding putter-oner,
just do weddings?
Yeah, so
Just do
people sign
wedding-
up and he does
event
he does the
planner.
thing where he what's the guy that talks during the wedding?
The officiate?
There you go. You didn't know the word either. Wait a
No,
minute. Anyway,
well, it's not.
You do that.
You officiate the wedding is the verb.
And you set everything up for him.
The-
Oh, okay.
The Spanish version of the
All right.
person.
I'm going to say it live on the air. He was right. I was wrong.
Event planning.
Wedding planning. So that's what you are. And you can either do a skill, a flash briefing, or both. What would you do?
Well, okay, so I'm always going to be both and. 1, 2. You're going to hate my industry, by the way. But anyway, wedding event planning. Yeah, I think you definitely have the opportunity to do both. I would think you could gain a ton of traction with flash briefings by doing a very niche like wedding tips type flash briefing and really talk heavy to brides, and then maybe like once a month or once a quarter have like a groom show where you're just like kind of talking directly to grooms. But I think there's so much from ideas to logistics to fashion to what's in right now in wedding planning that you could create flash briefing that could become really popular with that. As far as the skill goes and transferring that over there, wouldn't it be cool like if you could interview, I don't know if how many would actually do this, but like if you had a podcast stream as well that you could integrate into your custom skill that like you interviewed brides or couples like that you planned for, like you brought them onto your podcast and that kind of stuff as like not only testimonials but just different ideas of like different wedding stuff. Anyway, that's just an idea. And then custom skill as far as what you're doing. What in the world?
I just pulled up the weather to see if it was raining, and I saw a giant
What does that have
red
to do with
hurricane
wedding?
tracking thing pop
That's
up next to the
tropical
state.
Impression 3. Anyway, look at him interrupting Mike because he's mad that I actually have ideas for this. Custom skills for wedding planning as well. Calendar, our calendar function within as far as like date setting and reminders. You could kind of customize it to where maybe, you could really create individual skills for the actual bride and groom. Stop throwing stuff.
That's what I was
thinking. They could have like reminders, or you could kind of do generic reminders as like are you getting ready to get married? Here's like 6 months out. Here's 8 months out. Here's 3 months out, and like different segments, Q&As that could go along with making sure that as you're moving towards your big day, you're keeping everything in order.
Yeah,
there's a couple things.
Yeah.
What do you got? I know you got stuff. You want to suggest the industry?
No, that last one was kind of my thing.
That's what you're thinking too.
So,
right.
No, all right. So now you have me worried. Can you order coffee? Depending on, I wonder if Starbucks or someone has that implemented.
Why are you watching? Seriously, that's my brother.
Oh. I mean, it's a valid question.
Can you order coffee off Alexa? Why would Starbucks not have a custom skill where you could just order your coffee?
Exactly. Well, if you're a little coffee shop, why not have that built in? I'd like a coffee. If you had it set up with Amazon Pay, and then you're like, I'm leaving now type thing. Yeah,
pick it up like that, basically mobile ordering.
If you had it tied with your account, and then you could just carry it. Because let me tell you, if I had the favorite thing at Starbucks and I could do that with Alexa, I probably would. Instead of driving down the road like this, putting my order in.
That's true.
That's actually...
Yeah, like you. I like the local coffee shop.
He's laughing right now because we went off his idea and actually worked.
You could tell. You could be like, as you're like heading, like when you're kind of rushing out the door, like put in my usual order at blank blank.
Yeah, order my favorite.
Yeah, and then head out the door and go pick it up.
Yeah, actually,
that would be.
We
local
should
coffee shops. That's not your industry, but
Starbucks
or Starbucks. Hey, if you're gonna because the corporate, they're gonna shun us. We're gonna get to the local coffee shops. Anyway.
Well, they need an app and a whole system. So
true.
We can do software too.
We can help you out. Yeah, I was gonna say. Actually,
Adam, I'll call you in a minute. I have an idea.
We never have those. Anyway, your industry for our Alexa Skills Stumper segment is just had a tenant move into one of our buildings here, and they do drywall. Drywall installer.
Drywall tips for you.
I told you you'd hate it.
Well, I mean,
all right, do it.
If you have a home with drywall, which you may or may not, and perhaps your kid uses a specific type of instrument, you could ask, what's the best solution to not ruin my drywall and clean this with? Also, there's paint you have to deal with, I guess, so. Crayon or a marker or a pen are all different.
I was trying to figure out how a trumpet's going to, stain your drywall. You said instrument.
It could put a hole in it. Like, what's the best way to patch a drywall?
Why are you putting a hole in with your trumpet? You said instrument. I'm thinking musical instruments.
I mean, an instrument. Yeah, okay. So a pen, a crayon, or a marker. And then,
a writing tool. A writing instrument. Is that what
you could ask that question, but then I guess you technically still have to deal with, the paint that's on the wall, maybe. So really the drywall question wouldn't be it. Or, hey, it's flooding in my house. Am I going to have to replace the drywall? Order repairs, possibly. Say there is a hole from a trumpet in the drywall because my kid tripped going up the stairs. And you've never fallen up the stairs?
I want to see this YouTube video of the kid falling up the stairs with this trumpet and puts a hole in the wall.
It looks like this. It's like, oh,
oh my gosh.
And then, it goes into the wall.
All right. That's very plausible.
I did that with a tripod recently in a house.
Okay.
So the house, though, was trashed, so I wasn't paying as much attention. I usually close the legs when I go up the stairs, but I didn't close the legs, so they were just wide open, and when I fell, it went right in there and made a hole.
How about just value-added tips of how do you repair? What are the steps to repair a hole in my drywall?
That, if you're the one that sells it, you'd want to actually sell.
Well, no, but both and, right? I mean, you could, some people you could just do the value play and just give them the information of how to patch drywall, because he's probably installing drywall in big houses. Drywall installers kind of want big jobs, not a hole. In the wall.
If you happen to be a drywall installer that has other things you do or connections, you could say, do you recommend a painter? If you have a little network or something. I think there's a lot you could actually do with that. It depends. I feel like drywall installers, is that all they do normally?
You usually kind of like hire a crew to.
I feel like they
do the
paint too,
drywalls.
don't they? Or no?
Sometimes, but usually not. Actually, a lot of the construction jobs that I've been involved in, the drywallers don't always paint the drywallers.
That's like
The
that's kind of a good gig. That's like all you do.
Yeah, but damn, dude, have you ever done drywall?
Yeah, it
It's-
sucks.
Yeah, there is an art to especially the mudding and patching part. Like,
Have you ever tried to like, oh, I'm just gonna cut this little piece and then it's like all jagged and you've ruined it.
and you gotta fit. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is a pain,
and that's
yeah.
the easier part. Mudding and taping is like ridiculously annoying. Like just getting it smooth and ready, prep to.
Oh! I was like, I don't remember mudding, but you know,
Then your drywall.
I did it wrong.
Drywall maybe. Messed up.
But also, you know, things like temperature, like, hey, I'm going out of town. Can I let my house get up to 105 degrees or it ruin my drywall? I don't know. There's questions I think you could ask.
Sure.
So I do think custom skill would be more the route for this because I don't think you have enough daily tips for You might, if you install drywall and you have enough daily tips for a year.
Actually, agree with you. I think a flash briefing in this case, which is very rare in most of the industries that we've talked to, it would be hard to do a flash briefing, and a custom skill would probably serve you better.
Unless you go the route we always talk about where you do the local events brought to you by Chris's Drywall.
Right.
And in that case, you are branding yourself. But I don't know how often people call for drywall assistance.
Yeah, I mean,
don't
you're
know.
usually networked with builders.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that's usually your gig. So, or custom home builders or bigger, chain builders.
Yeah. So, yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
That was almost as random as your glass blowing industry. You come up with some, I wouldn't even say off the wall. I'd say out the gutter.
I don't agree with either of those terms. I'm trying to expand the horizons because we have so many. You know what we should do? Never mind. I'll talk about this later. But anyway, we have so many industries that I think people get so caught up into content, and especially audio and voice content can only work for like these type of industries. So I like expanding the horizons and showing possible audience members and membership that it doesn't matter where you work or what you do. SoundUp is for you. That was a
And
rhyme,
that's
by
our
the
new
way.
tagline. I'm going to end on that note. Goodbye, everybody. We'll be back next Tuesday, right? Are you going anywhere
Unless
next
you're
Tuesday?
going to Disney again. We'll see you then.
I didn't go to Disney. I didn't go to Disney World.